disrespected yet? Does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
Shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they shit on you. They've shit on you. They have shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they shit on you. Kill them.
Oh my goodness! Did he say they cock it on them?
I hate the style of defense.
What's up, good people? Happy Saturday afternoon. We are a little over 24 hours away from the Dallas Cowboys taking on the filthy Philadelphia Eagles, where they've been shit on. They have literally been shit on. First by the 49ers, and hopefully the Dallas Cowboys can finish them off tomorrow. I can't wait. This week seems like it's been taking forever, but in some aspects, it seems like it's been going by really fast, too. And I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Philly 500. I don't know. He has been, in fact, I will say Eagle fans in general. Yes, of course, we've had Philadelphia, who can't help himself. He's in here with, a couple emojis and things. We've had lovely Linda coming through, who is the most fair and balanced Eagle fan that I've ever seen, in Logan Motorsports, as well as Twiz Digga, who happens to have a San Francisco logo as a profile pic. But other than that, the usual suspects that are usually telling me how bad Dak Prescott is and the Dallas Cowboys, they're not nowhere to be found. And so right now I got my man Troy Daniels in the house. Let me bring in Troy. How are you doing today, Troy, man? What's the good word?
The word is go. So
go.
I'm excited for the weekend, and over the next month, things are going to be going at a quick pace.
I literally can't believe that this is week 14 already. This season has gone by too fast. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to playoffs, and the fact that the Cowboys should be in the playoffs again for the third year in a row, something that has not happened since the 90s. Troy, so first, let me get your pulse and your take. What is your gut feeling right now about this game?
Cowboys win it by 5 or more.
Cowboys win it by 5 or more. Loyal Cowboy, he says he doesn't see the link. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me double check. Troy, was the link there? It was there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Loyal Cowboy, what the? Hold up. I see it there. It's the last one, the latest one put on there, Troy, Loyal Cowboy. Let me see if I can do it again. So you don't think we're going to have a problem with them?
No. I think they're going to drop a 40 burger on them.
I would love to see a 40 burger. I would love to see them shut down. Shut the Eagles down.
The way they came into that San Francisco game last week, we're going to win this. We're going to be the top seed and blah, blah, blah. They were busting this thing and then absolutely got biatch slapped by the Niners last week. I don't know how you could sit there and now say that you are still the number one team.
Loyal Cowboy, try it again and see if that does it.
Yeah, the link should be in the community page.
Unless, there's Julian. Okay. Boom. Oh, there it goes, everybody. Admit. Okay. Members, yeah.
I don't see how you could go in, to that game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Claiming that, we're going to beat the Niners and we're going to be the number one seed and yada, yada, yada. And then they came in there and literally took you apart.
But the thing is, though, I don't want to give them a pass, but they're not the same team they were last year, and this is where I always say that it seems like the problem with being a Super Bowl team is you're playing a month more than just about everybody else, which means you've got a month less of a off season to get yourself together. You lose people left and right. You lose coordinators and coaches, and you get people that are kind of, kick back a little bit more, and they're kind of more relaxed because now I got that ring. And then you also have this whole thing of you think that that's the way it's always going to be, and you don't necessarily work as hard. They've skated along, and I mean, when you think about the Commanders, as bad as that team is, scoring 31 points twice against them. To me, that should have been the warning sign for them to say, we need to wake the hell up. It was almost funny because, the Cowboys ended up winning a game. They made fun of us because we say, oh, yeah, we got the game. We feel good. But you kept hearing the Eagles saying, we got a lot of things to work on and stuff. They're like, oh, see, the Eagles, they're really focused. They're not satisfied with winning the game. They know they need more. Yeah, because they weren't playing good football. You can't say, I can't think of a game that I looked at the Eagles and said, yeah, that was just a great game. They just literally knocked it out the park. They have been so close with every single game. And even when they beat New England, didn't Mac Jones get 3 touchdown passes?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, so it was kind of crazy. Welcome. What's up, Ruben? How are you doing today?
I'm great, Mark. How about you?
I'm good. I'm trying to keep myself busy because I'm anticipating the game. And
I see that, Mark. You're doing a great job on your house, Mark.
well, thank you. It changes every day. This is actually the first time I've broadcasted up here since we've done the floors up here, and I'm doing my built-in bookcases. So the look up here is definitely going to be a lot different once I'm done here, and actually the whole house will be. And I'm blessed to be able to even do this, and hopefully one of these days I'll be able to have a lot of you guys actually come over here and spend some time at the Red Brick House. Yeah. Let me say hello real quick to the ladies in the place. I see Kiana Gibson. I see Regina Green. I see the Queen is here. What's up, Queen Bella? Crystal Caramel Corns in the house. Regina Green, shout out to you. Loyal, did you find the link there, buddy?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So shout out to the lovely ladies in the place. I want to get everybody. Oh, no, you don't have the crying eagles. Oh, I
want some bird.
I hope we can make Jalen Carter cry again.
I want them to whoop. I want them to whoop them birds because they're a bunch of bullies.
Oh man,
Can't stand bullies.
So Dak Prescott really opened himself up with that ad, which I think is genius. Whoever came up with the colon ad, that's going to make more publicity for getting your colon checked and your colonoscopies than anything. But if the Cowboys lose, that shit's going to come back on him. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
I agree.
It seems like everybody is pretty confident on this game. I don't think I have yet to find a Cowboy fan or a Cowboys Cowboys person say, I'm worried about this game. And that scares me. Nobody else is scared?
No.
Nope. No, we owe them, Mark. We really do owe them one.
We definitely owe them one. I don't know, man. I'm just, I'm scared. Somebody make me feel better. I'm just scared.
The only thing that worries me is the damn refs.
Well, I thought about that because when we first heard about what is it, John Helsley or something like that the Eagles are 7-0 when he's officiated, and there's been in the 7 games that he's done with the Eagles, there's been 21 flags on the competition and only 6 on the Eagles. And then I started thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. If you do the numbers, that's only like 4 flags a game between both teams. I was like, if you're telling me there's only going to be 4 flags called in a game, I'm okay with that. Anybody else? Anybody else worried about this guy? Thomas Garrett, what's up?
What's up? No,
I'm not worried.
I'm not going to say scared. I'm going to say worried. The only thing that worries me is, oh, gosh. Hold on.
Okay. Twiz Digger.
We're under tornado watch here. And
oh, shit.
tornadoes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
2 tornadoes untouched down.
Oh shit.
But getting back to me, the only thing I'm
Oh,
not
we
gonna
got
say
Eagles fan
scared,
on here. Oh my god.
huh?
So we got Eagles fan on here. Oh man, that's the
Who?
first. Leo Bridgewater.
Leo Bridgewater. Oh man.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother?
Hey,
Good to
wait,
see you.
hold it. So
Hey,
we got a
Leo.
chance. Wait a minute. We've got, here's the thing that's funny. Shout out to you, Leo, for coming on. Your mic's, oh, there it goes. Here's the craziest thing that I saw. YouTube has so many analytics, you could spend days going down the rabbit hole. And I found out cities that your views come from. The number one city for me is Dallas. The second one is Philadelphia. So, Lee, are you in Philly? Where'd Lee go?
You're muted, but
No, actually, so let me explain to you, Mark.
Okay.
I live in Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay,
right?
that's close enough. It's
So-
all kind of small in there.
Yeah, but let me explain to you how it works here. So officially, the FCC has made Trenton, New Jersey, the southern border of New York City. We're a suburb of New York. I know.
Really?
Yeah. So where I live at,
Weird.
we actually get all of the New York stations and all of the Philadelphia stations.
Whoa, okay.
Now, geographically, I'm 57 miles away from Times Square,
Mhm.
but I'm 34 miles away from Penn's Landing.
Okay. Cool.
It's a very, very weird thing the way it all works here.
Uh-huh.
But for the most part, Trenton is where you will have the border. This is where it stops,
Mhm.
and you'll have Jets, Giants, and Eagles fans. Once you pass Trenton and you go further into South Jersey, it turns all into
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
So this is where that transition. This marks the beginning of the transition period for Eagles. Like when you start to get into the fandom of it all.
Gotcha.
But we get everybody's TV.
All right, so how are you feeling about tomorrow? Because I have not been able to find Eagle fans on a regular. I've been looking for Philly 500. I got a bottle of eggnog and everything else, hoping that he would see that. And he would. The eggnog didn't even work for him. How are you feeling about this game?
I literally just got finished recording my reaction for Monday.
Oh, wait, but you're way behind.
oh wow.
No.
Okay.
I'm my reaction to Monday it's
Hey.
so funny because I've been saying a lot of things about you
How
guys.
you doing?
But I'm actually confident. Both teams are going into that game with no injury designation.
Uh-huh.
And I'm even excited that we'll finally get to play a football game in decent weather because it's in the dome. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, well, let me back up for a second here because you're saying no injury designation, but Jalen Hurts hasn't had an injury designation all season, and we can all look at him and say he ain't quite right with that knee.
Absolutely.
And you can see the running attack for you guys has been hurting because Hurts has not been able to run like he did.
Absolutely.
You feel good about this game?
I do, because last week's pummeling is the type of thing that would wake a Super Bowl contending team up. So the Dallas Cowboys are getting a very angry and embarrassed Philadelphia Eagles team.
We got embarrassed too, though, against San Fran.
And that's the thing. I in my video, and if you want, you guys can check it out. It's on Instagram. It's called the Bird Section, and I also do. I'm actually the host of the Smoking Heroes podcast. I advocate on behalf of veterans and
I'm looking right here, as well as cannabis.
Cannabis legalization.
Yeah. I love weed. Would definitely hook up with you.
Oh, bro, take a look at my. I always tell people, listen, this is just a very small part of who I am. Please take a look at my works, and hopefully, I will have made you proud of me. You know what I'm saying? You may not like my squad, but as a tax-paying citizen, you paid $7 million to train me. I was the one who got the laws changed to get PTSD added as a qualifying condition to the New Jersey medical marijuana program, and Chris Christie signed my bill into law. So
shout out to you.
That was the thing that sort of kind of put me on the map. But me being an Eagles fan, is what got other people to tease me. So I've lived out of market for a lot of years, and I used to work at the Pentagon, Mark. So I used to have to deal with, being down in the DMV, I used to have to deal with
My neck of the woods.
Redskins fans. So I'll be
Oh,
feeling your pain,
they're
bro.
nothing.
When you start talking, I feel your pain because I've lived there for some years
Okay.
and I know what it's like. So it's awesome being back in market with my team. So I feel you on that. But regarding where we're at tomorrow, yes, I will not. I'm not going to sit here and lie to any of y'all and say I did not notice Jalen limping and that I did not like it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that didn't happen. But I will tell you that I am very confident in the fact that we actually could pull this off. And I've said in my videos, Lord, please let us go 11-2 because I intend to be insufferable as I find Mark Holmes. I find you
Oh, man.
insufferable. And
Yep.
while I have your attention, bless up and peace and blessings on the loss of Rashid. He was one of my favorite characters in your
Yeah.
on your show and listening to the things that he was saying. So I do feel y'all, but in my last video, I did say that I think that Cowboys fans are delusional and 49er fans are damaged.
You know what?
You
You got
saw,
49er fans that are rooting for the Cowboys tomorrow
I,
and,
and,
trying to give us some
and I don't
tips.
understand that because what I don't understand is how you have Cowboys fans who were rooting for 49ers. They were your abusers.
But my
they
enemy's
saw what
enemy
they
is
wanted
my
to run.
friend. Okay. Now, look, that shit got tabled. Okay. It's back to me hating the 49ers right now. Okay. So they like us this week. And if we beat them, they'll be back to hating us. That's the way it goes. I
Yes,
used to have a shirt. I have two teams, the Cowboys and anybody playing the Eagles. That's the way it is, man.
you said that quite often, but I will say this to you because here's what irks me the most about Cowboys fans now. Cowboys fans and 49er fans, you guys have you guys are not good students of recent history. You
Oh
do
Lordy,
realize
here
that
we go.
tomorrow,
See, hold on. You were doing so good. People are like, man, what is he doing bringing a decent Eagle fan on? Now he's going to hit us with, you ain't done nothing for 29 years. I
no,
hear
no,
you.
no, no, no. That is not even gonna say that, bro. Not even gonna say that because that's like beating a dead dog. Everybody says that. It's the look, it's the same thing when people would say, well, how many
How many
Super
rings
Bowls
you got?
do you have? Zero. You see what I'm saying? That's what pissed off Cowboys fans was that the new world, there was a new world, and in that new world, Eagles had won a Super Bowl. You can't say that no more. You know what I'm saying?
That
But
that man,
as
that
someone who
was
had to live through that, it was horrible.
yeah.
So now what I'm going to tell you is that student of recent history, you all act like you've never seen this before. You all act like you weren't here in 2017. You all act like on December 10th, 2017, Carson Wentz got his knee shredded up
Yes.
in Los Angeles. You all forget that we went 13-3. That was there was still a 16 games
Yeah.
that was still a 16 game thing. And as Eagles fans, I had to sit there and deal with this shit all the time. This
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come back to you. Let me get some of my Cowboys people in here having a conversation. I know you take it over. We know how you Eagles are, man. But we got you. Okay. I appreciate you being here. But we're gonna come back to you. Any response to my man Leo Bridgewater? Shout out to him for getting the cannabis and everything squared away. So I love weed. If you're in the chat, this is going to be one of your main people right here. Thoughts on?
First of all, Leo,
Shout out for being a channel member.
Since we have one thing in common. Since we got beat down by San Fran, our team has gotten better too. When we played y'all, there was some bad calls both ways, but I mean the difference was that last drive, Terrence Steele got beat, and that's why Dak got sacked twice. Now there was a couple touchdowns that we had that got called back. Dak stepped out of bounds, and Shoemaker was like 1 yard shy. Since then,
being tackled before the ball got there. By the way,
you haven't been watching. Ferguson has finally stepped it up, so I think our offense is playing a hell of a lot better than they had before. At first, they had some struggles, but now they're starting to gel. So, I mean, as long as they do their part, I mean, our defense does our part. I like our chances, and it's at home.
The thing with
There's gonna
the
be a lot of fans
the
in there.
things with the Eagles though,
and we're 14. We won 14 straight games at home, so I like our chances.
the thing with the Eagles though, and Leo, you have to admit this too. The Eagles have been consistent, but they have not been playing good. That defense has not been good all season. The way and the fact that San Francisco was able to run the ball the way they did should be the warning sign, because that was the one thing you used to look at and say, at least you know that you can't run on you guys. But that secondary, the amount of touchdown passes, I think you guys lead the league, or you're second in giving up in touchdown passes. And I believe Slay is nicked up right now. I may be wrong on that. All right, so who else wants to chime into what Leo has to say about his bravada? But you know what I'm saying. Bravado. Yeah, I've sucked up so much dust up in here. My brain is just fried. But thoughts on this whole thing? I feel like what loyal Cowboys said, that the Cowboys, their offense has been like a new wrinkle every week, where you're seeing a different person all of a sudden that you didn't think about is starting to play better. But go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dak. He's been at or above 300 almost every game since playing the Niners.
It's been incredible watching
He has balled it out every game since. And I don't see how that Eagles secondary could stop that thing. The only thing that's going to stop Dak is Dak himself by overthrowing his receivers. But I don't think you're going to see that very many times. I think you're going to see his receivers get wide open, and he's going to drill a laser right to him.
Eagles fan 220. The Cowboys are flawless. We have no chance tomorrow. We are far from flawless. We are far from flawless. But I guess he's trying to play some reverse psychology there. Make no mistake about it. The Eagles have some great players. They are a good team. They have been winning a lot. They find ways to win. The thing that kills me is watching them down, 10 points plus in games and finding ways to come back and win. That's what drives me crazy about it. It makes you almost feel like maybe they're a team of destiny. There was, I want to say, it was the 2007 Giants team. It seemed like every week they would find a way to win games that they had no business winning. I remember there was like the Cardinal game where the Cardinal player ended up, late in the game, thinking he was tackled, laying the ball down on the field and was never touched. And Giants grabbed the ball, and it's like, no, I was down. No, you weren't. You were never touched. And they got the ball, go down, kick a field goal, and ended up winning the game. And it was like that kind of season that it just, no matter what, they just kept winning. And that's what worries me about the Eagles is they have yet to really play a great game on all phases. And I can't say that we've done that ourselves, where we've clicked on all bases, where the defense is playing great, special teams and offense. That's what worries me about the Eagles, if they can get that going.
Mark, listen, that's a very hard pill for me to swallow, hearing you say that, when you got a guy who literally broke the record of pick sixes on your defense.
Oh, I agree.
Okay,
but that's not the only scoring we're doing.
Listen, I am a hardcore Eagles fan. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm also a fan of good football, and I know good football when I see it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Micah is that dude.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like he is a concern. You understand what I'm saying? He is definitely a concern. Diggs, Bland coming on such as he has is a concern. Especially, forget this year. I'm concerned about next year because Diggs
will be back. Credit to Al Harris.
Yeah, and so you're telling me that the Dallas Cowboys secondary literally can run with. You'll have somebody for AJ, you'll have somebody for Devontae, and you'll have somebody for Dallas if you want it. You literally can. That is your secondary.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about, like you guys are going to have to get over what happened with Leighton Vander Esch. You know what I'm saying?
We're actually beginning to get over that.
That can be addressed, and those things can be addressed in the draft, and we're in the same position.
We still got Overshown that hasn't played yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so again, but what the way I'm seeing things is, first of all, I feel like you guys are built for us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all in response to what we're doing. That's
Yeah.
number one. Number two, I could imagine it has to be frustrating to see our GM as active and doing the things that we need that y'all don't. That doesn't happen very
But see,
often
there's a
in
reason. But
Dallas.
here's the thing now, because you have
Mhm.
to look at the draft. You guys don't necessarily draft as well as the Cowboys. The Cowboys, for us to find some of the guys, we have to find a Bland, to find a Terrence Steele and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Find undrafted rookie Peyton Hendershot. They find players where most people aren't, and that's where the draft has been really good. We killed the Cowboys this year on this year's draft, but we kind of killed them last year on last year's draft. But now you see the second year of all those guys, we have so many guys that were drafted last year that hardly got a chance that are instrumental on the team now. That you say, okay, so it's just going to be a year-long process, and we're beginning to see like Schoonmaker get a chance, but the way Hankins is playing, Mozzie Smith just can't get on the field. Hankins is playing incredible right now, but again,
well,
you got that
Mark,
offensive line that is a beast.
yeah, absolutely. And interesting enough, my co-host for the Smoking Heroes podcast was actually the number one high school student in the country out of New Jersey, and he ended up going to UVA and was drafted number 9 by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then retired with the Baltimore Ravens. His name is Eugene Monroe, and he was an offensive lineman. And so when I talk with him, and Mark, you know, football players, particularly former professional football players, when they watch a football game, it's a completely different experience for them
Oh yeah.
than it would be for us. They see film. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm fortunate enough to be able to watch these games with someone who was a professional football player, and he tells me things that I wouldn't know to look. And one of the things that he said to me, he always says to me, is people do not understand just how difficult it is to win in the National Football League. It's a very difficult thing, especially when you're someone who plays in the trenches, because you don't just have to know your position. You got to know the steps of like 6 other people at the same time, and all y'all got to move in concert. That's how he talks, right?
Yeah.
And what he said to me was, he said, "Look, you guys got dog walked on Sunday,
You did.
but
There ain't
he
no
said,
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
yeah, he said, y'all guys, he said, we got dog walked. He said, but to be quite honest with you, Leo, he was like, your squad ought to be commended because that they went 2 of 3 in 13 days. That is not easy at all." And then he started telling me some horror stories about what it was like when he was playing in the league, and they would have those extra 10 days or have to play back to back on a Monday and then a Sunday. And tell him, he
Oh, you mean
told
like the
me what
Cowboys
that
had to
was
in the
like. He said,
playoffs?
horrible.
That's what we had to do in the playoffs. We had
You know,
Tampa Bay on a Monday.
But here's the
and then we had
thing
to go
though,
play San
Leo.
Francisco.
Yeah,
Okay,
he said,
we had the
he said,
same issue too. We played 4 games in 18 days.
yeah, and we're doing the same thing.
So everybody's like, oh well, the Eagles, they had the Monday night, I mean the game against Buffalo. It's like, well, we weren't exactly just kind of kicking back ourselves. I mean, they'll turn around and say we played nobodies and things like that. But if you can dominate in the NFL and blow out a team, I don't care who it is, that's doing something. And for the Cowboys to have done that over and over again, you guys have struggled against the Commanders. I mean, come on.
Hey, Mark, you know what? I will say this as someone who once lived in the DMV and have and attended games and whatnot. Is something about the Commanders that I can't put my finger on it. I hate.
You know what?
Like
You may want to worry about the Giants too, because that's always a fight between you guys. It's always crazy.
it
I'm
is,
still
but
saying, I'm
in
still
recent
saying
history,
the
it
Giants
doesn't
split.
equate to that.
Yeah.
In recent history doesn't bring me to that point. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to I don't worry about the Giants and understand something. Mark, I am
Yes,
very,
part of the
very,
tornado
very
is
good
trade
friends
fair.
with Amani Toomer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's out of all of my professional football friends, Amani Toomer is the worst of them all. And you could tell him I said that and he'll confirm it because he likes to do things to needle me, right? And we recently talked about the state of the Eagles and the Giants franchises right now. And he is He hides under he's hiding under a rock for me.
All right.
Okay. He doesn't really have much to say. And it's the greatest thing ever. But what I will tell you is that when it comes to, like you said, to your point earlier about drafting, you guys have drafted well, and so have we as of recent.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, like, everything that you said about us, that was applicable, say, 4 years ago. Things started really turning around once we did that Devontae Smith trade. Then we ended up with Jordan Davis. Then we got Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
After getting rid of Carson Wentz and stuff. But yeah.
Yes. For a team to have recovered such as we did from the debacle that was Carson Wentz, we've done really well, because it could be worse. We could be looking like the Raiders. We could be looking like the Cleveland Browns. We should, like if you think about it, and we're none of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I look at the Cowboys, you have all these numbers, Mark. You say it all the time. Dak is like 8-4, I think, against the Eagles now, and 22 of 2 in the NFC East, and he owns the NFC East. And my problem with all of that is, what has it actually equated to?
Here we go.
It hasn't equated to.
I hear you.
Like, you can't get out of the second round.
Well, we'll see. This is a different year. This is a different year.
I think Mike McCarthy's a difference maker.
I think so
Kellen
too.
Moore, Kellen Moore was kind of like a handpicked. I think Mike McCarthy. I mean, we might not look that great. Well, we look good now, but I think in the playoffs we'll look a lot different because he has that experience. So I think that we're getting better every week. That's what I like to see. We're not. I mean, that's all we need to do is keep getting better and better every week. When we started out, there's a few plays questions I had on Mike McCarthy about running the ball up the middle, but now it's starting to gel. So
the difference.
You go for this every year.
I hear Leo. I hear you on that. But when I look at last year, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Kellen Moore has Jason Garrett-itis. And when it comes to big games, what would happen is the sphincter muscle would always tighten up and they would just lose it. There's some guys that just can't handle pressure. And if you go back and you look at the games that were called in the playoffs, you don't put Dak Prescott outside. Dak Prescott outside the pocket is great. 12 personnel was your best package. You did none of that in the playoffs. And typically, when we lose Tyron Smith, which has been almost every year going down the stretch where he's nicked up, and you guys have learned, when Lane Johnson isn't there, you're not the same team. And once Tony Pollard went out after we had a Monday night game on the road and then had to go to San Francisco, we walked into a buzzsaw. We just did. And I can't say that every game that we had in the last, 29 years that you can look at that and say that. But in recent history, the last couple of years, the time with Dak Prescott, this is actually the best time that the Cowboys have had since the 90s. And you have to look at this and say, okay, 12-5, maybe you ain't won the Super Bowl, but you're going to have another chance this year. And once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. And the thing I would say I would worry about as Eagles is, did you guys peak too soon? And are these new coordinators letting you down?
I don't think so. Here's where I'm at in that way of thinking, and I can totally understand why you would say the things that you're saying.
Because they're true.
No. Put it like this, I can understand it. I don't know if I necessarily agree, because what happened is that the way we won last year, everyone thinks we're last year's team. Everyone wants to see the high flying, all that stuff, and that's why I like this guy right here, okay? Because he said it himself. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is, right now, even after a thorough ass kicking last weekend, we're still the best. We still have the best record in the league. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is a fact.
Joy Taylor, 2 weeks ago, Joy Taylor said, well, Dak Prescott, he's not number one in touchdown. He's not number one in completion percentage. He's not number one. Okay, but shit changed, though, didn't it? right?
Yeah, but
Shit does. Okay, so you're holding on to you got the best. So what happens if tomorrow you lose?
The face every weekend. He shows you what that shows you what's most important. He wears it on his uniform.
Okay.
That Walter Payton Man of the
Yes.
Year. That's the best trophy you're gonna get out of him.
Oh, okay.
That is your
All right.
trophy.
Okay, moving right along. Let's get some Cowboy fans in here to bitch slap this mother humper. Okay.
Hey, look, I'm auditioning for an invite to the Red Brick House, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm auditioning.
Well, I tell you what, you're the only Eagle one that's actually talked to me. Even my good friend Allie, who's been here, she's like, "Oh, we got a game this week." Like I can't find Eagle fans. I know if you guys win, they're going to descend on me like a plague of locust. I know that for a fact. But y'all hanging low.
And once again, and I hate that I have to do this, but I actually agree with you because I'm on your channels. Win or loss, I'm still on your channel. But I remember, I always can tell when other Eagle fans come and they start saying things to you, and then when they leave, because then you'll start saying things like, "Uh-oh, here they come, the cockroaches," and I'm sitting there.
He's like, he's right. I hate to admit it, but he's right.
And he's sitting here, and and the worst part about it is I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh, I hate this because he's right.
No, I literally in the game. If the Cowboys, if Dak Prescott has a turnover, all of a sudden there'll be like 700 more viewers watching the live stream.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the Cowboys come back and win, it'll get cut in half. It's like, okay, we see how that goes. We see how that goes.
Now, I do have one other request of you, Mark.
Sure. What's that?
Like I said, you see, diehard Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
You are literally one of my favorite YouTubers,
Appreciate
content makers, and everything. I just ask that you please use safety goggles and stuff like that when you're doing shop work and everything like that. It bothers the hell out of me. I don't want to see you go down. I don't.
The thing is, a lot of when I use my safety glass, they fog up and then I can't see anything. And one time I was doing that, I cut my finger halfway off. But I hear you. I hear you on that. I'll try and do better on that one, bro. I will try and do better.
I would really appreciate it if you would do and a mask when you're doing that woodwork.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
It really bothers. And this is coming from the cannabis guy. Okay.
Right. He's like, yeah, I smoke that ganja and stuff, but that dust, man, that's where I draw the line. All right, so let's get some Cowboy fans in here to go ahead and give me their feeling. We got an Eagle fan that says they're gonna win, that he's got the best quarterback and everything else.
Yeah, and I want all the smoke. Give me the smoke.
Oh, okay. All right. He's pulling a Dak Prescott. He wants you to shit on him. Okay.
All right. Can we finally talk about tomorrow night?
I would like to. Yeah. Can we?
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Because
for me, tomorrow night, I think both teams are going to want to come out swinging. Both teams will want to come out swinging, and they're all both going to be hungry. They want to get the win. Both teams want to get the win. It's all about who wants it more, who wants to win it more at the end of the game, and that's just how every game goes. It's like, who wants it more to win that game? It's like it's either going to be the Cowboys or the Eagles. And, the pendulum can swing one way, and then the pendulum can swing the other way. Mm-hmm. That's just how everything goes.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
Yeah, and if you go back to the previous game, Cowboys versus Eagles, even though the Cowboys lost, they dominated the fourth quarter. So to me, I feel like they found something in that fourth quarter. That's why I'm not worried at all because of that fourth quarter.
But there's a win column and a loss column, not an explanation column. I need for all of that to equate to either you're going to win or you're going to lose, because this is exactly how all of you Cowboys fans were talking before the last game. Mm-hmm. You all were talking about exercising some demons before the last game. And then when you lost, it was, Dak stepped out on the thing an inch more. Listen, what does that equate to in the win column?
The officials.
Yeah, the officials, yeah, all that stuff. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? Because Mark, you're not happy about the officiating crew for tomorrow.
Actually,
Right?
no, I changed that up, bro, because I
Oh, really?
realized no. Here's the thing, because
Okay.
typically in an NFL game, on average, 12 and a half penalties are called between both teams. So when I heard this at first, it was like 21 were called on the opposition, only 6 were called on the Eagles in 7 games. So that's 3 penalties on the Eagles and 3 on the excuse me, 1 penalty on the Eagles, 3 on the opposition. If you're telling me there's only going to be 4 flags called in the game, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. Because the way Seattle game was, that shit was freaking incredible. I mean, it was insane. There was over 20 calls on there. And I would rather see, we're just going to play the damn game. So, okay. But don't act like Eagle fans weren't partying in the streets, because where I got that information was from you guys that were literally saying, "Oh my God, we got this official. We're 7-0 with him, and oh man, yeah, we're gonna get all the calls. We got ass raped last week on all the calls, man. The officials suck. They suck. They screwed us up." So don't act like we are the only ones. For the first time all damn season, the officials weren't in your back pocket, picking up flags like when there was, hands to the face and stuff. Literally tackling Jake Ferguson before the ball even got there at the goal line. Oh, well, your team came up 6 inches short because you just suck. No, because you had the damn refs on your side. And then y'all had to be whiny little bitches. Oh, the referees, they were so unfair. And your damn center, Travis Kelce, that mother humper, as a center, man, I'm sorry, you are a little punk ass bitch talking about somebody jumping offside. Do you know what the hell goes on in the trenches? I've been on both sides of the trench, okay? Both sides. There's knees and body parts and things getting grabbed up in that puddle. And had he not jumped offside, Jason Kelce would have been jumping down his damn throat, man. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it, man. Don't come in here. No, you come in here being all Mr. Nice Guy. Look, we got a damn wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh, yeah, Mark, I really like you and stuff. But your team is ass. See, look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Wait a minute. Mark.
Make me pissed.
Mark, I want you to know that you were heard, okay? you were heard. And I also want you to know that I'm not gonna completely disagree with you on those things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that it's triggered, and you were triggered, and you were justifiably triggered. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be on the receiving end of some of those.
Oh no, I was actually going after Jason Kelce. For Kelce to sit there and complain about, oh, there should be a fine against that guy. Dude, you know some of the shit you've done to people in there, like you're Mr. Clean, like this is golf or something. Come on, man. Get out of here with that shit. Come on, man. Listen, the fact that,
wait. I understand, and what I mean by that when I say, especially when you're triggered when it comes to referees, is because look at what happened to you guys a couple of years ago when the referee had to grab the ball, reset it so that y'all can hike the ball, and then you end up losing that game. Remember when Dak was trying to ground the ball?
Yeah.
But the referee went in between.
Yeah.
Philly 500 teasers, y'all. That's his clip. The brother schooled us.
I know that. Yeah. I would like it if it was just me and Philly 500. Just the two of us meet at midfield. Let's fight it out for this game.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shout out to Kelly of the Super Chat. He said, I hope you're having some sort of bird tomorrow because we're eating some dirty bird.
Oh,
yeah.
Blow your cowboy.
This is the type of stuff that makes it so entertaining when Stephen A. Smith does the things that he does to y'all. When he says the things that he says about y'all. Because, like he said, don't worry, everybody. Don't worry. The Dallas Cowboys are allergic to success.
Moving right along here. Okay. Would somebody, please, I done gone off. Somebody else go off here.
Stephen A. Smith is a hypocrite. Stephen A. Smith is always talking about how bad the fans are. Then how come he's friends with the person that's causing us problems? Jerry and Stephen Jones. He's like, oh, those my boys. But they're the ones that have held our success back.
Exactly.
That's what I don't understand about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is a hypocrite.
Stephen A. Smith, I remember that Super Bowl, man. He's hugging all over the Joneses. I caught that on clip. And it was right after that he stopped saying, oh, I love the Joneses and things. It's just the fans that I don't like. No. He loves the Cowboys organization because they've made him rich, bitch. I'm sorry. Without the Dallas Cowboys and him, he's the one that started and opened up the floodgates on this whole thing where you get paid if you hate on the Dallas Cowboys. You just do.
No, they get paid. No, they get
this
paid.
is what the thing that I don't understand, because you got to realize something, y'all. I'm an Eagles fan, so I remember those years
as a million times.
There's no doubt that we know that you're an Eagle fan.
See how that?
When I had to live through this. You know what I'm saying? I had to live through y'all being the best O-line. I remember the years where you guys
not winning shit.
You guys, matter of fact, the year we won the Super Bowl, you guys were the preseason favorites to go to the Super Bowl. That was I remember that.
I don't think so.
And you guys went 9.
Oh no! Wait a minute, hold it. Here's the thing: we're always they're always trash us in the offseason and say we don't care about winning, but by the time the season gets here, they're going to say we're Super Bowl favorite. So that way, when we don't,
I don't get it. That's the other part. But the year that we won the Super Bowl was the year you guys went 9-7. But
yeah, because you guys were last place in the division. You know, we won the division. We had a great year. Dak Prescott, you guys was rookie of. I mean, rookie offensive player of the year. You know, you had Zeke up there eating like crazy. Of course, you looked at the Cowboys and you're like, shit, they were 13-3. They went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. You know, Dak Prescott had 304 yards and lost. Why wouldn't you be? The Eagles were in the toilet. I think you were in 4th place in the division. So, of course, you looked at it that way. But that's the way it always is. Just like people look and said, Buffalo. Oh, Buffalo, they're going to be a great team this year. And they're in the toilet.
Zeke got suspended.
Yeah.
Hold on, though. Hold on.
What up, loyal?
Julian. Yeah. Good, Julie.
And actually, I think 2017, that preseason, it was the Giants that were favored to go all the way, not us. Because remember,
that's right, because they beat us twice.
Who's that receiver they signed?
Brandon Marshall, they signed.
Brandon Marshall,
and they had OBJ at his peak. And I fell for that. I'll admit.
Yeah, Sims was saying that. I remember that because Sims was saying that they were going to be Super Bowl favorites. Yep.
And the year after they won the Super Bowl, that was the year Dak got hurt, ain't it? When he broke his foot.
He broke that was a contract. That was 2018.
2018.
Yeah, that was 28. Yeah, that was 2018. That was his contract. Yeah, I'm not gonna front. Let me say this to you, right? I was pissed off. I was pissed off when Dak broke his ankle because I really wanted to see that black man get paid. I thought I think that Dak Prescott.
It was 2020 when his ankle got broken.
2020. Yeah. Okay. I think that Dak Prescott is an incredible quarterback. I don't think he's properly appreciated. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by properly appreciated, I'm talking about from an organizational standpoint. You know what I'm saying? It seems like historically things have been somewhat off. Either Dak was playing at a really high level and the defense hadn't caught up yet. You know what I'm saying? Or the defense was playing really, really well, and the offense wasn't in sync like it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Talent at the quarterback position, in my opinion, has never been an issue as long as Dak has been in the league. You know what I'm saying? I do think that Dak is an elite quarterback. I'm happy because we got us one too. You see what I'm saying? Particularly having recovered from Carson Wentz. And the thing about it is that I was happy when we drafted Jalen Hurts only because I had just learned that lesson on how important a backup QB was coming off of winning the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. So I understood. So for most Eagles fans who are backup QB was a very important thing because we learned that lesson on how we got the Super Bowl. And it wasn't the guy we had thought would be the chosen one.
And we had the same thing because I don't think Jerry Jones had it planned for Dak to be the starting quarterback.
He had
Romo got hurt. He had Romo. Romo was his plan for him, but then once Romo got hurt, Dak came in and he balled out.
Remember. Hold, let's go back to the draft. Okay, you already had Tony Romo as a starter, and and everything was hunky dory and stuff coming back. They wanted Paxton Lynch and Connor Cook. Basically, it was like, okay, we're in the 4th round. We need a camp body. Let's just draft a guy. They had no intention or thinking that foresight that Dak Prescott was going to be. Wade Wilson was the one who advocated, kept saying, I want to get this guy. There's the mailman right there, man. We got a Trenton, New Jersey guy in here, Eagle fan, man.
Christmas packages, huh?
Yeah, I'm heading home now.
There was never any thought that Dak Prescott was going to be anything other than a camp body. He was the 4th-string quarterback going in. And, I think the best thing that happened to him was that Kellen Moore broke his ankle early in training camp.
Ahead of him.
Yeah. Because had Romo gotten injured, it would have been Kellen Moore starting the season. But because Kellen Moore got injured, Dak got a lot more work in preseason that gave him a chance when the season actually started. And Tony Romo, of course, was taking time off.
Wasn't Dak the 4th quarterback?
He was the 4th-string quarterback.
Because they had Mark Sanchez on the roster, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Romo, Kellen Moore, Mark Sanchez, and then Dak.
He was not and typically that guy gets one or two throws in practice if he's lucky.
Dak, it was like y'all hit on Dak like Kurt Warner for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my point is relative, regardless of how you got him, you got him. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Dak has been that guy since. As someone who's been on the receiving side of all that bullshit that he's done, and I'm sorry, as an Eagles fan, I think everything that he does is bullshit because if he does good, it's bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just did an interview with Darryl Green's son, Jared, okay, who used to play for you guys, okay? We're doing this interview for a good minute, and this was a Smoke and Heroes podcast interview. I had no idea who he was. Him and Eugene went to college together. So as far as I was concerned, this was a college buddy of Eugene's. And then he tells me mid-interview, oh yeah, Eugene says, oh yeah, Jared, he's an Eagles fan. And Jared looked and said, uh-oh, that ain't good. And I said, why? And he said, and Eugene said, tell him who your dad is. And I said, who's your father? And he said, Darryl Green. Oh, damn. Oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Whole thing changed. Whole demeanor changed. And then Jared says this. He goes, because he sees me, I'm upset now. Like, damn, I was really liking you, dude. I was really liking you. And then he says, damn. And he saw it on my face, right? And he did just like this. He goes, damn. So you really not going to like me now? And I was like, why? He was like, because I used to play for the Cowboys. Wait, what?
Play for the Cowboys.
He said, yeah, I used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. And I said, and I looked, and mind you, we're on camera, and I looked at Gene, and I said, you motherfucker, like you could, and I said to Jared, fuck your daddy. I don't care.
All right.
He was not my hero. He was the author of some bad times for me.
Oh, back those days, it was bad times for Eagles. People don't realize how bad you guys were, like in the 70s and stuff.
Tell him, Mark.
Shoo. It was ugly.
There was not a time. There was a very long time. It was not fun being an Eagles fan.
Except for 1980 when you went to the Super Bowl with Jaworski and Harold Carmichael and everything else. But other than that, it was rough for you guys.
Y'all won a Super Bowl every year I was in high school.
Man, it wasn't quite that good.
I was in high school.
What, you're only there for 2 years?
The Super Bowl was my senior year in high school.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
I was
about.
in the second grade when the Cowboys lost their when the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. I was like 8 years old when they last won one.
I was 13.
Well, I'm old enough to know to have been alive for all of them.
Oof.
Yes, I'm that old.
But Mark, do you see the look on my face?
Mm-hmm.
You see how the things like me talking about my torment. I'm looking at every single one of you motherfucking Cowboy fans, and all y'all were smiling when I was talking about some very terrible times. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Troy Daniels.
We had some terrible times too, though.
Trust me. Trust me. Listen, we've had no. You have to understand because listen, you're preaching to us.
All y'all were smiling when I was going through my hard times. So
whoa, hold on. Have you seen all the memes out there every time? Listen, y'all have been merciless on me. Every time the Cowboys lose, I find a clip on Twitter of me. Fuck. And losing it every time. The brothers screwed us. Don't act like you ain't living in our misery.
Mark, you gave us a brand new classic. You gave us one. You said, congratulations.
Hey, Leo, though, you know what?
Well, I tell you what, Philly gave us a great one, too.
The Cowboys were in their down years. I remember the Cowboys were in their down years. We had Chad
they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
They've shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Carter. They shit on you.
We had Dave Campo as a head coach.
They have shit on you. But you know what's funny about Dave Campo? It's like,
oh God,
he used to be a part of the Cowboys back in the '90s, and Jerry Jones wanted to
special teams coach.
That, but I didn't think Dan Campbell was really that good of a coach until Bill Parcells came in and turned us around in 2003, where we went 10-6, and then in 2004, it's like, why did we get rid of Quincy Carter just to start Vinny Testaverde? It's like, what?
Well, that Bill Parcells wanted Vinny Testaverde.
Well,
he wanted to work with him. Yeah, it's like
you guys also have to.
Hey, if
hold on, let me get the mailman real quick.
That it was very difficult. Some of these years that you guys are talking about, a lot of them are difficult for me, and I don't mean like as a fan, but just period, because I was deployed. So there were times where I'm like, a lot of these dates, there's gaps missing because I was downrange. You see what I'm saying? So I was downrange when Michael Vick broke his leg. I remember. You understand what I'm saying? When that happened, I was downrange. So, and I was downrange when we lost in the Super Bowl to the New England Patriots back in 2005. I was deployed then. You see what I'm saying? So I'm following you, but just understand from a unique type of perspective, some of these years that you guys are covering, it's difficult for me only because I was deployed and out of the mix, sort of kind of say. You see what I'm saying? So, but I do want you all to understand that we're like, just like how we're watching you guys, you're watching us. We're watching you too, and we're not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and insult you by telling you that you guys don't have a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to insult your intelligence by telling you that you guys look like you're built to win a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Because look at seeding. You know what I'm saying? Look at, y'all just need another receiver. You know what I'm saying? You need another running back. You know what I'm saying? Or a better, another running back or one better. You know what I'm saying? I think that our problem is it takes time. We got two brand new offensive and defensive coordinators that came in at the same time. And based off of what I've been told from someone who plays in the National Football League, that takes time to get those nuances in there. You see what I'm saying? But in terms of from a talent perspective, you know what I'm saying, neither team is lacking in that. This is genuinely going to come down to straight up to the bone coaching. You know what I'm saying? Which team, what coordinators put their 11 players in the best position to affect the game? You know what I'm saying?
On that one.
How do we do that? You know what I mean? Because again, like I said, I'd be a fool to tell you that Micah is not going to be an issue. He's going to be an issue.
Well, this game right here, I tell you what, this is the game that if you want to be MVP, you can snag and stake your claim to it. So if Jalen Hurts can come in there and beat the hell out of the Cowboys, he's the leader. Dak Prescott shows up and destroys, continues playing the way he is, then there's no doubt, because all of the narratives that they had about Dak Prescott that, can't beat good teams, he's a turnover machine, you have destroyed all of those, and you've got the numbers and the wins to back it up. And the same thing about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons made a statement at the end of the game last week, getting that last pressure that made sure it sealed the win. He needs to go out there and get some stuff done. Now, as far as this game goes, to me, the Cowboys need to be able to run outside, and they need to be able to stop Hargrave. If they can do those two things, I think they win this thing going away.
Mark Hargrave.
Hassan Reddick.
Jalen.
I'm sorry, Reddick. I'm sorry, brain fart.
Look, it's PTSD, brother. I understand. We did that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It happened. And
too much sawdust. I'm not giving you credit for shit.
and don't worry. You'll get some more. You'll get some good healthy doses of that tomorrow. You're gonna get a healthy dose of Josh Sweat.
And you're gonna get. And I tell you what, the Cowboys' offensive line is far and away better. Because here's the thing that's so funny is, as I hear the Eagles lose and listen to frickin' Shady McCoy and everything else about all the excuses of we've been nicked up and all. When we played the Cardinals, we had Tyron Smith out, we had Zach Martin out, we had Biotish out, and we found out about two of those guys on Thursday and had two undrafted rookie free agents playing in the game. Ain't nobody saying anything about that. Giving us, hey, they were kind of shorthanded. You guys lose one player. When Lane Johnson goes out, all of a sudden they start look at the numbers of how the Eagles play without Lane Johnson and everything else. Well, how many times we even missed Tyron Smith and had, a Chaz Green step in for him? And it's, Dak just sucks. Dak just can't overcome. Come on, man. This shit ain't fair and even.
But Mark, Lane went 2 years without allowing a sack.
And guess what Tyron Smith had been?
He hadn't done that.
No. I'm talking about over the course of not just this year, but losing him for a whole season like we did last year.
Yeah.
Before the season even started, and we got a rookie that now was practicing at guard that now has to take over at left tackle. That's kind of huge. Or losing him the year before, and we've got, we're pulling Jason Peters and shit like, come on, man. That shit matters.
Was difficult to watch in of itself, but we were not surprised to see how much he doesn't have I don't understand how he keeps getting on other rosters.
Desperation, because there's not a lot of tackles out there.
Yeah, which tells you, you know what I'm saying, again, why we have to, like, when you look at our offensive line, you know what I'm saying, when healthy, you're talking Jordan Mailata, you're talking Cam Jurgens, you're talking Jason Kelsey, you're talking Lane Johnson and Wisniewski. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is where everybody keeps, is all on Jalen Hurts as the best quarterback since, the beginning of time. And it's like when Micah said last year, he's also a product of all the players that are in there. We didn't have an offensive line anywhere near like that. We had CeeDee Lamb and we had Tony Pollard. We had chopped liver. We had a guy on one leg as a wide receiver. And so to look at us and say, they just failed and Dak sucked. Come on, man. It wasn't even close. What A.J. Brown has brought to the Eagles is unbelievable. And last year, we didn't have anything close to that other than CD. And once Tony Pollard went down against San Francisco, we had no chance against them.
You're right.
And to say that the Cowboys, they just choked. They didn't choke. They didn't have the talent on a short week to keep up with it. I'm sorry. You just didn't.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. That's the truth. And this is when talking to Cowboys fans become palatable. I can actually take it. You know what I'm saying? But what I can't do is when you guys try to impose upon us that you guys are going to win the Super Bowl. No, you're not. You're not. You're not even going to win tomorrow.
I'm not going to say that. No, hold on. Wait. Oh, whoa. Hold on. You don't. Nobody know who's going to win the Super Bowl this year. Am I saying it's going to be Cowboys? We got as good a chance as anybody else because you don't know who can get hurt tomorrow or the next day. Jacksonville. If Trevor Lawrence is gone for the next couple of weeks,
I think
they may not make the playoffs. That's how fragile is he with that high ankle sprain. That he ain't gonna be as effective. I can tell you that. The way we're talking about a Bush League organization, the fact they got a security guard helping to carry. Why you tell me you couldn't afford a cart? That's your franchise quarterback. You couldn't get a cart to take an injured man in line. But be that as it may, if Hurts' knee goes, I can guarantee you ain't going to the Super Bowl. And I can't even say, even with Hurts, you're going to the Super Bowl. There is no guarantees at all. I have seen a New York Giant team come in as a wild card, barely make it, come through, kick our ass as a number 1 seed on their way to beating an 18-0 New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Don't nobody know who's going to go to the Super Bowl. Didn't nobody think that Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals were going to be going to the Super Bowl?
Quick question, Mark. Was your page up and running the year we won the Super Bowl?
I was at that Super Bowl live streaming from there. You know, this was, I will say, let me give you this. This is a true story now, okay? I hate New England because I've seen New England in the Super Bowl too many damn times. And I hate the Eagles, but there was this couple that had been season ticket holders, they said, since 1974. Old couple. And I'm sitting on the aisle, very last seat, they're right there. And I'm watching them live and die as this thing goes, back and forth and stuff. And in the end, when you guys won, I was happy for them until I saw them smooching all up. I'm like, these old motherfuckers, get a room. Okay? So yes, I was.
So what I will invite you and every single one of your guests that's on here right now, I would invite you to go back and look at your footage from that season.
I would, but that channel was unfortunately deleted. Yeah. I lost that one. In 2018,
All right, so I would invite all of you on here to go and talk to whomever your favorite Eagles fan is. Which that could be a relative, a significant other, a coworker, whoever. And I want you to ask them, what was I like the year you guys won the Super Bowl? I guarantee.
Leo. I'm not doing that.
I'm serious. No.
That person is going to tell you. Wait.
I've already had.
Go ahead, Thomas.
That person is going to tell you that you were a very terrible fan.
You don't have to go, wait a minute. You don't have to go, hold on. You ain't got to go back to 27. You can go back to last year.
No. Listen, there's a reason why I said, remember, the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm asking you that particular year is because I want you to ask them, what were you like? What did I used to say? I guarantee you, they're going to tell you that you're saying the same things this year that you said that year and the same way.
I hear what you're saying, but to say that you are definitely, that you cannot go through and say anybody can or cannot, because there are 5 games left in an NFL season, and teams will rise and fall. This whole thing that everybody's talking about San Francisco, I saw San Francisco mollywop my ass and then lose the next 3 games. And that shit can happen again. Nobody know who's going to be hot at the end of the season.
But we're going to get the number 1 seed. We're going to win tomorrow, and we're going to end up with the number 1 seed.
No, sir.
It ain't happening this year.
Okay. All right. So moving right tomorrow.
Remember.
All right. Leo, I appreciate. Hey, Leo. Email me, Leo. Email me, cowboysmark94@gmail. We'll definitely have some more talking and stuff.
Batman's going to see Superman tomorrow.
But my man's taking over the show and telling us that we're ass and we got no chance tomorrow. We got no chance at the Super Bowl. There you go. Pull out Mojo. Pull out the voodoo doll.
There's Mystic. There's Mystic.
No, man. Your requests are out.
You got to go, man. Man, you don't took up the whole hour.
Can I get a different badge for as a member of the page? Do I have to have that badge?
What is it?
Yes, you do.
It changes over time. See, after you've been there for a year, it turns into a Super Bowl trophy. Okay.
Love it or leave it.
Wait, no, I'm talking about for my name.
For your name?
Yeah.
How do I
look at the badge next to my name? I hate that badge.
I don't see. You have to. What's the badge? Right, the badge is
the badge of it. it represents winning over years and years.
Probably a
So,
Cowboy.
I mean, you know, it's
Yo,
been a
you mean-
while. It's been a while.
Oh God.
It's been a while. But I mean, listen. All kidding aside,
Oh,
you know, I was on the way home. I live in the area. I live in South Jersey.
Yep.
It is.
Oh, so he could tell you. Hey, and you're a Cowboys fan?
Listen, man.
There's a lot of Cowboy fans in
It's
Jersey
a long
and
story,
Philly.
bro. You can laugh and all that. My
America's team.
father
What are we
was
talking
born in Oklahoma, raised in Dallas. God rest his soul. My brother.
Okay.
I was in Vet Stadium in 1980 when Wilbur Montgomery broke my heart. I was in Vet Stadium when Emmitt Smith ran for 212 yards in a driving rain on Monday night. I was in the end zone with about 150 other Cowboy fans. I've been through it all. I was at the game where Aikman got sacked 11 times, Clyde Simmons, Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Mike Golick Jr., Seth Joyner.
Yeah.
You know, so I've seen it all. And what
we're probably the same age. I'm 48.
Yeah, I'm 52. But Leo, I will tell you this, just real quick before I know I'm a little late. I just got off of work, and I got to get ready for my podcast. But I was actually happy after the game was over when Nick Foles got hot and you guys won the Super Bowl. I was happy for the people that are around me because they went through their whole life, and these fans are different. These Eagle fans. I'm not saying the drunken ones that want to pick a fight, whether you win or lose. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the lifers. There's people that died right after the Eagles have won the Super Bowl. So I give you all the credit in the world. But I think it's a little hypocritical for those same Eagle fans to say, oh, you guys haven't won nothing in forever, so you suck. You know, Leo, because you know how many down years it was. And my son, has never seen a winner as a Cowboy fan. He's seen nothing but the crap over the last 20. He's 19 years old. He's never seen shit. I'm a Cowboy fan, right? I'm 52. So I went my whole adolescent life with, I don't remember, I ain't going to sit here and lie. I don't remember us beating Denver. I don't remember us beating Miami. Mark does. But I remember losing to the Steelers back to back, and then nothing. Getting our ass kicked in the 80s. And then we go into the 90s. I'm like 21, whatever. And we won our Super Bowl. It's been a long time. So you should understand how us older Cowboy fans are. We haven't won shit in forever, but we don't need anybody to say who's only has one. Well, you need to be quiet. You guys are irrelevant. And I get what you're saying, but I've seen 3 in my lifetime. I'm pretty.
Look, bruh. I said they won the Super Bowl every freaking year I was in.
You're young.
And I know what you're saying.
Here's one thing, though.
I will never get over that. I will never get past that. That is something that will always be a part of the bane of my existence in terms of when I think about how the Dallas Cowboys and how much I freaking hate them every year. And that's not the only reason. It's just 3 very big.
That's how I feel about Joe Montana.
And
shit.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know exactly how you feel. Listen, when we won the Super Bowl, the first thing I thought about was all the people that I knew who were Eagles fans that died before that didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've known people who, after they won, they literally died within a year later.
I can die easy. I can die
exactly, and I was happy for that.
What Mark was saying I knew when he was saying what he saw when he saw that older couple when they were happy. He was just happy that they at least got to see it at least once. But understand something.
What's up, Ward family?
Pales in comparison to the fact that you motherfuckers got 6, goddammit.
Okay, 5. We got 5.
Y'all got 5.
Wait a minute. Was that a Freudian slip? We got it now. He just said we got 6.
I heard him. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
See, look, he slipped. He's read the script. You
ain't shit.
He leaks the script.
I meant 5.
Hamburger.
Dirty Cinch.
Is there any way you can pull that clip? Y'all got 6.
Oh, I've got it.
Blowing smoke.
That is not what I meant.
Look, he's got full eagle on us now. You motherfuckers! That's not what I mean.
Y'all got 5. Like we only have 1. So
Leo, saying that though, I feel, and this is just me. I notice that there's a lot of Eagles fan. I mean, I have a lot of Eagles subscribers because I'm local and I keep it real. But I feel embarrassed, even admitting that we have 5 because I don't go around puffing my chest saying we got 5 because we haven't done shit in the last 28 years. Trust me, we all know that. But it's like when it's thrown up in our face, then we have to bring out the archived information. It's gonna, that's just how.
And let me say something too. Let me hold on, Leo. Let me say something. Hold, Leo. Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure I make this clear because see, what really pisses me off is I can say we got 5 because I saw us win all 5 of them. But when I went to Drew Pearson's after party where it was Cowboys royalty, we're talking about, Drew Pearson, I've got Roger Staubach, I've got Tony Dorsett, I've got all of the greatest Dallas Cowboys who were the people that made these Super Bowls. And Cowboy fans couldn't care less about these guys. So if you don't care about the people who earned those Super Bowl trophies, you do not have the right to go back at the Eagles and say, we got 5, and you don't know shit about the people that did.
Listen, Mark, remember, you're talking to an Eagles fan. 5 is bigger than 1. It doesn't matter when those 5 came. You have fucking 5.
But that's
I got bad news for you, Leo. You have to turn in your Eagles card. Okay, you're gonna have to lose.
My cousin is a Miami Dolphins fan, and he talks the biggest shit about being undefeated. God. He talks like he throws that we're the only team that went.
Yeah, I don't respect that.
He throws that out.
Yeah. Okay. That's when that's in the same category as the 3 world championships.
Yeah, I don't respect that because what's that? I believe that was a 14-game season.
And I think almost every team they beat during the season had a losing record.
Is that at the end of the day, that's an incredible feat, and that's something that someone has done. So I have mad respect. Just like how, in my opinion, the fact that you haven't won one in almost.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Here we go.
Listen, the fact that you have not won one in the last 27 years is not a bigger laugh than the fact that you guys have 5 and we only have 1.
Haven't caught up yet.
So as far as I'm concerned, and this is just me being a sports fan, regardless of me being an Eagles fan, hearing you say we have 5 wins stings. I'm on the other side. I am not. We only.
Let me ask you a question, Leo.
Okay.
Cowboys fan says, "Oh yeah, well, how many do you have? Fuck you."
Leo, let me ask you a question.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Leo, let me ask you a question. You're honest. I mean, I need an honest answer because I'm on record. I'm on record. Me, Mark, we're live streaming last year during the Super Bowl, and I don't know where Mark stood at this, but I remember saying I thought the Eagles were the better team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
okay,
they were.
There's a lot of fans around here that throw up. Well, at least we got to one. Leo, where do you stand with that? Because how I stand. My first experience with Super Bowls in my lifetime, I was alive for Miami and Denver, but I sure as hell don't remember it. I remember losing back-to-back years to the Steelers, and I don't acknowledge them as any great feat. Now, let me ask you, Leo. You know that you were the more talented and better team in that Super Bowl last year.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you lost it, that shit ain't going away anytime soon. Am I correct? And now,
feeling like we're a good team.
Well, you should have had another ring. This shit ain't easy to get back to. Everybody, you guys have been on a roll, but you need to capitalize and get another one.
Yeah, let me say this to you. Because this is a, in my opinion, this is a luxury that Cowboys fans that Cowboys fans enjoyed my entire high school career. Okay, you were able to have a particular type of thought process for a number of successive years, and that is you had your standards were raised. You expected, by the time I was a senior in high school, it was expected that you were going to win the Super Bowl because you did it the last couple fucking years. You see what I'm saying? So, in terms of where we are now, like I there's what we say to each other, which is what you just said, and then there's what we say to everybody else.
Well, I know.
And what
you guys were the better team
because you live in our market, so you know exactly how Eagles fans.
But I'm around some people who make us go, oh, it doesn't matter. We got there. You know what? It does matter because I don't. Me and Mark, we don't sit here and go, well, we've been to 8. Well, okay, that's all well and good.
Yeah.
They don't give you trophies for second place.
So, we've been, and so for us, in my opinion, as an Eagles fan, and you living in our market, you know what I'm saying. I'm more concerned with what does that translate into now. I'm pissed off because that game.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Ever a field that should have been a perfect field. The field the Super Bowl was going to be played on should have been the most perfect field on the planet.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. I brought that up a couple weeks ago. They think there was a conspiracy about the field.
And I accept that. Okay, fine, fuck it. But what really pisses me off is the official reason for that field being that way.
That was George Toma, who worked for the Chiefs.
No. The NFL officially blamed the Philadelphia Eagles for the field.
Well, that was it.
Kelly, no.
They said it's out. They said it was.
It's a conspiracy.
I work with
We understand
people.
diarrhea of the mouth does not.
A lot of the
stop
area
flow.
believes that was a conspiracy, and that's why I brought up a couple weeks ago. It's funny Leo brought that up because I did bring that up. They think to this day, a lot of people I know, because the whole George Toma, who's the field czar, who used to work for the Chiefs. 90 years old, screwed, he was trying to slow the track, because like I told Leo, I believe that the Eagles were the faster, more talented team, and they didn't win the game. And I'm only going here, I'm not trying to bring you down, but there was a time when we were good for an extended period of time, and I thought it would last forever. I thought the Cowboys, I thought we would last forever. The offensive line, and if you have to take advantage of it, time doesn't last as long as you think. And go, well, we got this guy in the wings. Oh, well, we got Landon Dickerson in the wing. We got listen, when Kelsey retires and Lane Johnson retires, they're 2 Hall of Famers, first ballot. You need to win now because you're not going to bring in a guy that's going to be a Kelsey or a Lane Johnson. So that's why I feel like everybody wants to say Dallas has to win tomorrow night. No, Eagles have to win tomorrow night. Because if you don't get home field, you might be friggin' in trouble because that window that seems open for a long time, you better seize it now. Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure on you.
Shout out to Dirty Sanchez and I love weed.
Because Mark is always talking about Catboy and having to get things done.
That's his boy.
Right? Yeah, that's his man, 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? And what I will say to you is that I like the way, and I'm right when I say this, how, things are structured, at least for some years. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the thing is, we got to worry about re-signing Devontae. We ain't got to worry about doing that really for another 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait a minute, hold it. I don't care about signing. Listen, we got a game tomorrow night, okay? 26 hours from now. I ain't worried about next year, next week. I'm worried about tomorrow. Okay,
Brian. Yes. Listen, that's the ass whooping you won't see coming.
Oh,
I just wanted to correct
okay. Let me apologize to the other channel
me.
members that have not gotten a chance to really get in and get some words and stuff in here. We'll go for a few more minutes here. And Leo, you got to let my people speak. You got to let my people go, Leo. Let my people go.
I just want you to know.
Here we go.
You got to go.
Listening to this.
Leo, no.
said
No
fly
more,
I'm
away.
a mute. I'm a
There we
mute.
go.
I'm a
Fly
mute. But I'm
away.
just telling. I'm
Fly,
talking on
Eagles,
behalf.
fly
I'm
away.
advocating on behalf of your Monday show.
Okay,
Okay?
Leo, email
Okay.
Leo,
I'll
email
come
me,
back
bro.
for the next meeting,
Oh my
Mark.
word.
Okay, Leo, email
Let
me
me-
cowboysmark94 gmail. Okay, just email
Let me
me.
correct
All
Brian
right.
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was Super Bowl 10 and 13 that we lost to the Steelers, not back to back.
Okay, there was so all I remember
Hey,
is
Mark.
Hey, Aisha, how you doing?
I
Yeah.
remember him.
You know what
My
I
dad
mean. Though.
remembers those
You
Super
get the
Bowls,
point.
but he also remembers the Super
I
Bowl
do.
against the Colts, where I believe he said one of the Colts players fumbled the ball, and then the Cowboys recovered it, and they should have gave the Cowboys the ball, but instead they gave it back to the Colts. My
Hey,
dad remembers
Thomas.
that one.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, it was.
yeah, John Fisher recovered that fumble in the end zone
Yep,
when Dwayne Thomas fumbled.
yep.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
don't
Mark,
remember
I'm gonna
Super
go.
Bowl 5, but I do
I don't
remember
remember it. I remember my dad being upset about it.
I remember Super Bowls 10 on it after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not too far behind Mark. So
Yeah.
I remember them.
Where are you at,
Now,
Aisha?
I will say this, Mark. My mother made me. I'll never forget my
I thought he
mom.
was muted, man.
Yeah,
I'll
I
talk
thought
to
he
you
had
guys. I gotta
left,
go.
All right.
No,
Be sure to check out Game Time and Prime
no,
Time.
listen. This isn't an Eagles thing. My
Man, he
mom,
got to go.
my mom made me stay up
Let
to
him
watch
speak, guys.
Doug
Let him
Williams
speak.
win the Super Bowl for
No,
Oh
he
my
was over
god.
here anyway. I
first
know
time
about
watching that, right?
Uh huh.
500
So
brought him over
I wanted
here.
to get that in there.
Ooh,
All right. Well, Leo, we appreciate you being in here, my man.
who knows, Thomas?
And if the Eagles lose, I hope I see you
You
again.
brought him over here, Philly 500.
Too relaxed.
I can't find. I can't
Too relaxed,
find.
Leo.
I can't find Philly 500. I bought eggnog for Philly 500 and still
This
ain't
was
seen it.
supplied. Mark,
Leo's
this was
the only
supplied.
Eagle
I'm
fan
telling
that
you.
actually showed up, so
Yep.
I commend Leo for showing up.
There you
know,
go.
he's the only Eagle fan that showed
I
up, so
respect that.
Yep.
you know he's the real deal. You know, he's not hiding. You know, he's here. He's here with us, talking to us. So I commend Leo
Amen on
for
that
for
one.
showing up.
Hey, we might be generals in two different armies, but at some point we do got to talk.
Oh, I agree.
And,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, like I said, the biggest things the most important things to me is Mark wearing safety glasses. You know what I'm saying? Mark just being a little bit more safe from the things that I see him doing when he's doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So you're
And
saying
all
you don't
that
want me to
stuff-
die?
Nah, I told you, you're one of my favorites. I love art. I argue with you, Mark, but you just don't hear me. You know what I'm saying? I disagree with damn near everything you say. But that's okay. I love you though. That's why.
I appreciate that, man. All right, so everybody, let's get in our final thoughts here before we how about we go ahead and get a prediction of the score?
What was that?
Who brought a car into the show?
Here.
That was Asia.
I think she's on her way home.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the score predictions?
I think I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna probably be a lot closer than we think. So I'm gonna say probably like 31-28. It can go either way between the Cowboys and the Eagles. So I'm not gonna say who's gonna win. It's gonna go either way.
Okay.
My prediction, I say Cowboys 31, Eagles 17.
Okay.
It's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
I think it is gonna be a shootout. It all depends on who has the ball last. I mean, whatever happens, happens. You know, it's all about the swing of the pendulum. It can go one way, and then it can just go another. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
All right.
I feel like we're gonna whoop that butt. I'm gonna say 37-16.
Okay.
Turn up, Kyle. Leo, too relaxed.
I'm calling for 40. I'm calling for 41-27. I think we're going to get a defensive touchdown tomorrow night.
I think Bland's going to have that pick 6 again.
Yeah, I'm calling for a defensive touchdown. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think we're going to have a defensive TD. And Mark, you asked me a question earlier before I was briefly interrupted. You would ask me what was the one thing that I was scared of about tomorrow night's game. I'm not scared. I'm worried about it. I'm worried that the referees may call a bullshit call somewhere.
Yeah.
There are two things that I'm worried about. I'm worried that the referees may call a bullshit call somewhere. And secondly, we cannot in this game tomorrow night. We cannot get cute. We got to play it straight up.
No, we ain't got Kellen Moore, so we won't be cute.
No crazy reverses, especially when in the red zone. No crazy reverses. No stupid gadgets. When we know that we are in the red zone and we're driving, we know that we can easily score a touchdown. Let's score the touchdown and get the offense off the field. We don't need to be doing nothing stupid and cute. Score 6 and get off the field. We don't have time for that stupid cute junk. If we up by 14 or better, and we got the game in control, I could see that, but we got to take advantage of every opportunity that we see.
Did he go?
Don't get cute either.
Oh no, he's there.
Okay. Who else we got left on here?
I think it's going to be a 42-18 game, and Dak is going to drop over 300 yards on him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I stick by 35-28. I mean, it's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a shootout. There's going to be both defenses, I think, are going to make big plays. But I think in the end, with the home field advantage and stuff like that, it's going to go to Dallas, and we'll split.
Crowd noise is going to be big, yeah. Crowd noise will be big.
Let's hope. All right. Let me say,
I think this time around is more competitive than it was years ago for both teams.
Oh, it's huge. I think this will be definitely the biggest game. It'll definitely be the biggest watch game this year, without a doubt. This thing's going to be huge. And this is what you want to have. You want to actually have both teams playing good and playing for something. Having blowouts are fun and all that. But if you win this game and have bragging rights on this one and have, the division on the line, at least temporarily, this is huge. This is what you want. And, as much as Leo has been in here talking smack and stuff, this reminds me of growing up when you could have a conversation. You could dislike what they're saying, but not necessarily dislike the person, so to speak. Whereas now everything's a lot different and stuff. So I appreciate Leo coming in and everything else here. And, hopefully we'll have a good win tomorrow. We're going to be live streaming all day long here, and I can't wait.
So what do we want tomorrow? Do we want the ball to start the game or at halftime?
I want us to play defense first.
Yeah, that's me. I like getting it the second half. That's me. That's always been me.
I want the ball. I want the ball first because I want to see what Hurts is playing with. I want to see what he's working with.
There you go. All right, good people.
Mark, like I said, I predict a defensive touchdown somewhere, and I think what's going to happen is I think the game is going to be back and forth. It's going to be a shootout. I think somewhere after halftime or right before halftime or whenever, I think that's when we're going to get that defensive touchdown. I think that's what's going to open it up for us.
Yeah. If we do that's huge. All right, good people. I appreciate everybody coming through here, and remember to get your colon checked.
Disrespected I just want to does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
They shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they shit on you. They've shit on you. They have shit on you. Don't you hear me? Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they shit on you. Kill them.
Oh my goodness. Did he